Classes of contrast and purpose. Let's see how to use some words, we can say some connectors that are going to give us this kind of clauses. So there are some words that are implying contrast in a sentence, and some of them are giving us the idea of purpose, of we can say a result. So let's see how to use them, and we are going to classify them in two main groups. We begin with clauses of contrast. They are used to express opposite meaning or an unexpected result. So when we say opposite meaning, it means that there is a word, normally a connector, that is going to give us one side of the idea in one way and the opposite in the second side. For example, we have even though. This is one of the first connectors. It is used to express a big or surprising contrast. So if we have a big contrast, we are going to use even though. Although has almost the same meaning, but is more formal, we can say, and is less stronger, right, than even though. While though, the third one that we have here, is informal, and it can only be used in the middle of a sentence. It means that even though or although can be used at the beginning, but though is going to be only in the middle. Then we have in spite of. It is normally followed by a noun, but it's going to give us also the opposite meaning that the previous ones are giving us. Even though, in this example, is used like this. Even though I worked hard, I couldn't finish my project yesterday. So we have the contrast, working hard and not finished. So we can say that even though it's given us that contrast, it is used at the beginning of the sentence. So notice that we have a comma after hard. If we have even though or although at the beginning of a sentence, we have to have a comma after the first idea or the first clause, right? Then we have the second idea that is going to show the contrast of this one in comparison to the first one. Then I will do it, although you said it is dangerous. Although in this case is in the middle, so we don't use the comma. I will do it. This is one idea, and it's dangerous is the other one. So the reason I am doing it is because I have to, or I will do it. That is my decision, even though it is going to be dangerous and can affect me. That is the contrast that this sentence is showing. I like the movie, though it was short, right? So the movie was so short. I paid for the movie, but I like it. So this is the contrast, positive thing with negative thing. And in spite of his likes, his car is nice. So his likes is a noun, and it is following in spite of. And it's also giving me the idea of contrast, right? So this person doesn't have very good likes, in my opinion, but his car is nice. So this is what we can see in these specific classes of contrast. We see the contrast by using these connectors, and the use of comma depends on the position of the connector in the sentence. The second kind of clauses is clauses of purpose. They are used to express the reason why something is done. So we have words or phrases like to, in order to, or so as to. They are followed by a base form, always by a base form in order to express reason. For can be followed by noun or gerund, and it is going to describe the exact purpose of something. The phrase so that it is followed by a subject and a modal auxiliary, and so as not to is used to express negative purpose. As an example of the first one, I study hard in order to learn another language. I can also say I study hard to learn another language. So the reason why I study hard is to learn the language. I am prepared for having a good day. So the reason why I feel prepared is because I want to have a good day. This is the reason why. She practices a lot so that she can win the competition. She can. So we have the subject plus modal. So the reason why she practices is to win the competition because she wants to win it. He takes notes so as not to forget important details. So the reason why he takes notes is not to forget it, not to forget the details. So we can say so as not to forget important details. And it is expressing that reason. So to summarize, we have the clauses of contrast and purpose, and the connectors we have for contrast are even though, although, though, and in spite of. And when we want to express purpose, we have to, in order to, so as to, for, so that, and so as not to. So use this summary that you have in this precise slide for completing some exercises according to the contrast or purpose you want to express. And remember, the most important, use it when speaking because it is going to give you more vocabulary and clearness when you speak.